The thing about experience is once we experience life and we have experience, this expands our mind, this expands our frequency. Like sometimes you don't know what's in you until somebody brings it out. That meaning somebody could say that, you could take that negatively. And that could just be your perspective. But nothing is just inherently negative or positive. You don't know what's in you until somebody brings it up out of you. And this is the same concept of like life being a game. If you use a video game, if you have a character, there's characters that are unlocked. There's versions of you that are locked. How do you unlock this version of you that has this manifestation that you want? That's the person that you want to be, that has everything that wants for nothing, that has everything that you are currently designing, that currently desiring and experiencing the life that you want to live. It's in every game. You have to accomplish this. Boom. You unlock the version. What is the accomplishment? The accomplishment is always a test. And what does it test? Your ability to play the game. You have to unlock this version of you or this character. A character is just, we're all reflections. A character is just another reflection, which is a version of you. The same way our family are reflections of us, our family are our closest reflection because they have our genetics and our predisposition. They have similar experiences and they grew in a similar environment, have a similar programming and understanding. So they're our closest reflections. And we can actually learn a lot about them, about ourselves through them. But everybody's our reflection as well. And so a character is simply a different version of you. How do you unlock this character? The same way in the game, if this was a sports game, you press A, you switch to Shaq. A, you switch back to Kobe. A, you switching, you playing all the characters because everybody is you. That's your point of consciousness that switches. That's your perspective that switches. And so how do you unlock this version? There's a test of how well you can play the game, a test of your skills, a test of everything that you've learned. And that's how you unlock this version of you that has this manifestation, but it already exists. It's black right now. You see the characters, they blacked out shadow. It's a veil over them because darkness is also protection. You don't know, you just see a dark figure, you know it's a figure. You know it's potential. You don't know what it is. You know it's a character. Darkness is also protection, but darkness is also subconscious. It's energy. It also represents the past. It already exists until, boom, you unlock it and you make it conscious. Now you can access this character with disabilities, with these possessions, in this place, at this space, at this time. You can now access this character that has these manifestations. And I talk about this, or I journal about this. Everything in the world is a reflection. If you feel anything towards another, you feel it towards yourself. You feel it and you hold it towards yourself. As reflections, as a mirror reflects, it also holds. It holds the light that it reflects. And so when you get in your manifestations, you must make sure the 7 gates are open. And that's releasing all attachments. And this is a mirror. A mirror is a portal. Everything is energy. And so you must make sure the 7 gates are open. The same way, like, think of it as the philosopher's stone is the heart. It's a key. The same way you got a door You got a key to start you got a key to start your car. You got a key that opens the door. The typical key has 6 prongs on it. The typical lock is a 6-pin cylinder where you have 6 pins in between. And once they're met and they're pushed, each one is pushed at a certain level or frequency or height. It clears the space, unlocking it, allowing the cylinder to turn. And you have to look at this as the key being you. You have to shapeshift into the key, into that version of you that has these manifestations, into that person, because they already exist. And so that key would be the shape of your aura. That's why this is why it says, above all else, guard your heart. For everything that you do pours from it. Everything that you do nothing without intention. Everything you do comes from your heart. You speak from your heart. You act from your, everything comes from the pulsation of your heart. You manifest from your heart. Everything you do from your heart. Your heart is the first organ formed. Before you have a brain, you have a heart. And your heart is conscious. Your heart is conscious energy. That is emotional intelligence. You can feel something before you know it. I just feel it. That's the heart. That's the frequency. The heart has its own. The heart is a chakra. It's a portal. It has its own electromagnetic field. And when a frequency enters its cipher, it reacts the same way it sends a ripple through water. And this is why we talk about sensitivity. Like, they say you're too sensitive if you feel. Sensitivity is where all your superpowers come from. Or you see somebody blind, able to use sonar because they're sensitive to sound. And the way that works is, these 5 gates are portals. We have more than that. But as these gates close, as any of these gates close, these are gates of the spirit, gates to the spirit. Where the elements are housed, where your energy is at. And so if any of these gates are closed, you can automatically, energy is the same, no energy is lost. It is simply closed from that point. Like if your eyes, if you lost vision, the energy you would use to perceive, which is a lot of energy, but you may not be aware. This is why a lot of people don't even have their eyes open. And sometimes because they're giving out a lot of energy and receiving a lot of energy just by having them open. And so when you close your eyes, say you were to go blind, this is why you automatically have that energy would be closed here and be dispersed between the remaining 4 gates. You would then close your eye, access your 3rd eye, and your hearing would increase, your taste would increase, your smell would increase, everything else would increase, because it's a stream of energy, a flow of energy. And when it's cut off, it's just simply concentrated, just like discipline. And this is how you want to manifest. You want to cut off and close out and focus and align with what it is that you're manifesting. And so I talk about shaping into that key. That's just looking at each chakra as a vibration, because each chakra is a dimension. I had a dream about when I went inside my spirit. And so at one point in time, I was trying to manifest I didn't know what I wanted to manifest as far as love. Like, I was single, then I was in a relationship, then like I had a lot going on, and I didn't know what I wanted to manifest. I didn't know what type of girl I wanted, where she was going from, like what religion, what she looked like, what. It's just like I was kind of pretty much just open, like, cause I got a Gemini Venus to a Gemini to a third degree Gemini degree, and so it's just like I saw inside of my spirit like just these women on a conveyor, and it was showing like in this dimension of my chakra, which is my sacral chakra, lust, and me being distracted by lust and even weakened by lust. And behind it, it was a man that was married with kids. And it was also showing me a duality, like, is this what you really want? And even asking myself, like, is this what you really want? And if it is, how could you be, you know, out here just chasing, being frivolously, you know, chasing and being promiscuous instead of like focusing on what it is that what you want to manifest? Because you say you want one thing, but you're doing another. And it was also like bringing me to reflect, to ask myself, is this what I really want, or is this what I'm programmed to want? Like a wife, a kid, a family flat, a crib, a career, XYZ. Because I am programmed, like, also by my culture and tradition, and also by society and religion. And so I began to even ask myself, is this what I really want? And what is it that I really want? And why is it that I want that? And so each dimension, each chakra, and this is why shadow work is so important. Each chakra is a dimension, a portal. It correlates to a planet, and each planet is governed by two signs, a masculine and a feminine sign, a masculine and feminine energy. And so each chakra is like, man is like how Bob Marley said, man is a universe within himself. Is really deep. And so you have to adjust on each chakra. You have to set, like, this is your, like, in each dimension we have a body or a vehicle. This is your spaceship as you travel through the ethers and through the dimensions. This, as you quantum leap, as you jump through portals, as you travel through time, this is your body in this dimension. Like, you have an astral body. Like, some people are completely different in the spirit than what they look like in the physical world. And so you simply have to set your coordinates to where you're going. And that's how you manifest. It's like an old school video game. Like, you're not moving to like where you think you're going. Like in one of those racing games, the screen is actually coming towards you. That's manifestation. You're magnetizing things. You're bringing it towards you. You're just simply getting in alignment with receiving it. And so, like, this talks about the top, like, release attachments, see through illusions, I transcend, I surrender. And this is all dealing with the crown chakra, because the crown chakra deals with connection, but it's blocked by attachment. We're connected to everything. But as we form our ego, we say, this is my this is that, and this is my this, and this is who. And this is when we begin to form an attachment to that, because then we give this energy, we give this emotion and energetic cords and ties, and these are the things that bind us. And by those same cords are the ropes that we hang ourselves with, because then we're trapped in other people's perception, because then we're self-conscious. What does this person think? What does that person think? What does this person think? Because these people mean this to me, and I care what they think. And now I have to adjust, because what is the worst thing in the world? Rejection. And so we assimilate and we conform. We do this subconsciously, just to feel a part of a community and a whole. And Erykah Badu called this group think, where we have this mob mentality to reject and exile anything that's different or new, and we have a fear to it. And so we put attachments on everything. And we, even if we have a manifestation, like, okay, it has to be like, say like you were manifesting love. Like, okay, they have to be 5'2". She's too tall. She makes me feel, I don't like, she's too tall. She has to be, okay, 5'6". 5'6", between 5'6" and 5'2". Okay, then you're limiting, you feel me, what it is. It's like you're opening this portal, but then you're narrowing it. Okay, which is fine. Like, having standards is definitely what you want for your manifestation. At the same time, putting too many attachments on things is what blocks our manifestation. And so if you're caught up on like the height, then you narrow it down. Then you say the color, or then you say the race, and then the colors, and you say the tone. Then you say the language they gotta speak. You say the religion, because your family and their family. Then you say, you go down the line. Then okay, they gotta be into this, or they gotta like this show because I want to watch the show with me. X, Y, Z. You just keep going down, and you basically like open this portal, but you've narrowed it so down. Anything is possible. That person exists. The likelihood that you find them is very, very small. You've narrowed the possibility versus you saying you're open to love. And simply, you can have a gender preference. You have a religion preference. You could have like, okay, they have to be understanding. Okay, maybe they have to be from the country, like, because maybe you want to relate to them on some type of level. But by doing that, you've increased the possibility. It's like playing Guess Who. You've increased the possibility of that manifestation being right in your vicinity. And that's the thing about manifestation. It all exists. We hold attachments to when I want it now, when you gonna get it, how you gonna get it. Okay, I thought I was gonna have to go through this, work this job, and do this. You don't know that you're gonna actually meet somebody, and they were gonna introduce you to somebody else that owns this company that wanted you to start you as an intern, and you said, you don't know, but you actually gave it a shot, and now you work for the company, and now you have full benefits, and now that's how you got that. You don't know that somebody's in your family and you were the last remaining descendant. You don't know that somebody. It's so many possibilities. But if you begin in your mind, you narrow it off, and you take your window of opportunity just like you do your chakras, and you close and you narrow it. A lot can't get through. And so you don't want to put attachments on the crown chakra. You don't get attached to all these things, even your own identity and the outcome, like the outcome of something. You don't want to get attached to that outcome, and you don't want to get attached to all of the specifics. And so we move into the third eye, like, or we move into the third eye. I perceive, I express. I see through illusions. I am observant. And so this is seeing through the illusions. You want to see through the illusion of, like, the illusion of you not having what it is that you desire. It's an illusion that you already have it. You want to see through that illusion. You want to see the illusion of the difficulty of you actually even achieving it. Because in your mind, like, you want to even see through the illusion of possibility, because a lot of times you think there's only one way you could do something, and it has to be this way because that's all you know. And so you want to see through those illusions. The illusion that you're not worthy, the illusion that it'll never happen, or you're too old, or you're too this, or you're too that, or you're not lucky enough, or all of this stuff. You want to see through all of these illusions. And even the illusion of time and the separation of you from your manifestation. You want to see through all of this and focus, and even like with a third eye, you want to actually even visualize having it already. You already want to see yourself there, and so you begin to already align within the higher realms, because as above, so below, and as within, so without, and so in the higher realms there is no separation. And so once you align up there, there's only, from the heavens you're manifesting, from the heavens to the earth. And so there's only amount of time before you begin to align with it now. The same way somebody could like somebody's grandma could say like, I see you leaving the house angry, you're drinking. So you're underneath the influence and you're angry. There's only a matter of time, like, and you're walking around, and the grandma could say, it's only a matter of time before you get in a fight or you get into some trouble. That's you, like, holding a manifestation and a vibration, you be in the same space, time, and frequency to align with that manifestation, but her being perceptive enough to see where you're heading before you get there. You want to be aware. This also deals with the light and the dark. You want to be aware of what you're holding in your subconscious and programming your subconscious with you. And you could do this with visuals and also repetitions, with smells, like with action. And so in the throat chakra, you want to see through. You want to see through. You want to see through, like, in the throat chakra, you want to see through. Or in the throat chakra, you want to read in between the lies. And you want to see through illusion. And you want to express yourself truly and authentically. But to do so, you have to understand, you have to be in tune with yourself, and you have to know what it is you're thinking and what it is you're feeling, because they're two separate things, even though they're connected and they're one and the same. You have to really be in alignment with yourself, because you could say what you're thinking or say what you're feeling, or you could understand what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and being of sound body and mind, and choosing what to say, and being in balance and being aware of that, and speaking in that awareness. And so you want to rewire all of the lies that are in your subconscious that have you believe that you're not worthy of your manifestation, that your manifestation is so difficult and impossible, and that you don't already have it. You want to, like, change your reality to see and focus on how it is that you already have your manifestation, and proof of it that you already have it, and how that you're already towards receiving it. We talk about in the heart chakra. Let me see.